What's up and welcome to the channel. Make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn your notifications on for more great videos. Today's topic is tips for setting up and connecting TVs, stereos, and surround sound. So let's get started. Tip number 1, organize your wiring. First of all, you'll need to connect your system. This can be challenging, obviously, if you don't know how to do it. The setup can be simplified by organizing the wiring and by even drawing a diagram on paper of what you intend to connect, a list of the parts, and so on. So you can just keep everything organized. So you obviously have a TV and you'll have a stereo or receiver of some type. Now you need to know if your TV's HDMI. If it is, it could be a smart TV. There's 2 options. Then you'll need to know if your stereo is HDMI compatible or is it an older stereo that has no HDMI ports. Once you find out these, we can continue. If the TV and stereo are HDMI, we're going to need a cord to go between those, an HDMI cord. Alright, and you know your TV is not a smart TV, so we're good. So you obviously have another box, a Roku DVD player, something receiver. We're going to run an HDMI from there to the stereo to the TV. So that's pretty simple. We do this if we have an HDMI stereo. And now if we have a slightly different setup, we have a smart TV. We're going to need to use HDMI ARC because my TV has everything built in to watch Netflix, to watch Amazon, to watch Disney. It has all that stuff built in and I don't need anything. That's when you'd use this setup, the HDMI ARC, and you'd have just sound going through that HDMI. And right on the back here you can see HDMI 3 ARC. So you'd use that one, HDMI 3, to run that from the TV back to the receiver. If you have an older receiver, you might need something like this. It's called an HDMI audio extractor or HDMI audio converter. So this is how you're going to set that up. If you have an older stereo that does not have HDMI, you're going to have your TV, you're going to have your stereo, you're going to have your source, DVD player, Roku, satellite box, PS4, Amazon, Chrome, Chromecast, Xbox, whatever that is. And then you're going to have your converter. So you're going to run the HDMI from your source to the converter, and then you're going to run HDMI to the TV, assuming most people have an HDMI TV, or you'd need one with this box. Then from the converter, that's going to give your stereo a left and right RCA, and that's your sound. That's perfect, but it's not stereo. This converter is also going to give you a digital sound optical cord. This is true surround. So if you want true surround, you got to use the digital optical cord. And if your stereo doesn't have a digital optical cord, then you might be SOL. This thing costs $30 to $50 and it works with an old stereo. And now tip number 2 would be use HDMI or digital optical cables. They provide true surround sound and also the best sound quality. So if you can use these 2, either one just as good. If you can use digital or HDMI, that would be the preferred choice to get the best sound quality. You can use the other options like left and right RCA, but they're not going to offer true surround sound and they're not the absolute best quality. Tip number 3, speaker placement. Speaker placement is extremely important because it sets your entire environment up to have the best sound possible. In a typical room, this is the generic setup for a surround sound system. You're gonna have your front left speaker, front right speaker, your sub right in the middle, right in the front. You're gonna have your left and right background surround sound speakers. And this is a typical setup for surround sound. So this is just a generic setup with your 5-piece speakers, and these speakers are going to be 6 feet above the floor. The front speakers left and right are going to be about level with the viewer, and the sub is going to be in the middle front, and the center speaker either over or under the TV right in the center. This is my ghetto surround sound setup. I put the back speakers in the best spot I could for my room, and then the center speaker is directly under the TV. I have a little wood custom hanger there. It works pretty good. And my sub is in the front, and my left and right speakers are facing me right in the front. If you want to know how to set up some speakers, check out my other video down in the description. Shows you how to set up speakers. And tip number 4, make sure all your settings are correct. A lot of these stereo systems have a lot of different settings and a lot of different options, and it's easy to have something on the wrong setting preventing everything from working. So don't stress out, go through normal troubleshooting operations. We're just going to go through a quick installation here. BD DVD, I plugged in my Chromecast, plugging in the power source right now. So I just plug that power source in. Perfect. Now we double check that. Okay, BD DVD. So now we need an out from the stereo to the TV. HDMI 2. These are 2 separate connections. And then now I make sure my stereo is on BD DVD. It's going through that. And I go to my TV, I press source, and I make sure my TV is on HDMI 2, because that's the one I plugged it in the back. And once that's all good, your TV should be working. Make sure to let me know if you have any questions right in the comments. We can try and get your setup working. Thanks for watching. Make sure to hit that subscribe button and check out some other related videos. We got a lot of good information on there and a lot of good stuff. Until next time, this is the Review King signing out.